Hello guys, Vengeancer here. Already peeking the mic, that's fun. Welcome back. Been about a week. I'm trying to upload once a week, every Friday, currently, just because I'm so busy. I finally had time to sit down and record something, so here we go. A lot has happened, actually, since the last video where I was talking about fail stacks and how I get them, and I said I was going to make a node network video. So I guess I'll make it. This is going to be kind of like a makeshift one. I'm not going to go over everything, but I am going to go over what I changed. I went ahead and did some Magnus quests. I knocked out the Magnus quest for Land of Morning Light. I've still got this last one to do. I couldn't figure out how to get this to go because I had already accidentally accepted the next part of Land of Morning Light. But anyway, I did the Magnus, went through that so I can connect to the Nampo region / Land of Morning Light, whatever you want to call it. But it's called Nampo because I need to be able to access Moodle Village remotely. So I did that, and then I'll talk about the other quest line that I did here in a minute. But the important thing is I now have access to Land of Morning Light. I've started moving crates over there, and I've been doing a lot of life skill stuff. So I started processing iron ore so that I can stockpile iron ingots. And now that I have the Nampo region unlocked with the Magnus and I'm able to dump stuff in their storage, I've actually redone my node network. So I went up and connected. I already had this node, Albresser Island, so I went ahead and connected into paddocks, and I sailed on the boat doing all of this. My little caravel. Connected Arita Island, went up, sailed to Tashu Island, connected it, and then, of course, to Lima, and then at Aquila's Eye, and then the last thing I had to do is go up and connect to the Yai Island. I don't know how to say that, but close enough. So now I have a node network that goes from Moodle Village and connects down to Portaferia, but it connects it into the rest of my node network. Let me change that over so you can kind of see the little golden pathways. And then I've got Valencia connected, and it all kind of feeds back into Heidel. Of course, I have Velia and a couple of things around there connected. And then I go down and connect to Calpheon with both sides. So from the Heidel wing over to the Portaferia ring, it all connects into Calpheon. And then that used to connect down to Grana. But since I have Nampo connected, I removed all of the nodes coming out of Grana all the way back up to Star's End. And I'm keeping Star's End because I need Massive Pure Magics. And then I have all of the nodes that go down from Gambino Farm. And it wraps all the way around through Bear and Trent, and then goes up to the Mancha Forest, just so I can get all of the lumber nodes around there, and some of the mining ones for like 10 and stuff for the trade crates, so I get a lot of fur and cedar out of this. So there's that, and we removed everything out of Grana because of that, because I'm no longer sending crates to Grana. I'm crafting crates in Valencia, which I believe I'm out of materials for. Yeah, I'm out of steel, I'm out of brass, and I'm out of fur. So I'm going to have to do a lot of processing. But I did get quite a few crates out of this. I can do some bronze. I need to reset my workshops to do bronze. I'll have to do that in a little bit. Now, that being said, trade crates, not worth it right now. The materials are going for more on the marketplace. You would actually make more if you just sold the ingots to marketplace, but I don't want to use a value pack, so I'm still doing trade crates because eventually I will level my trading up to Guru, and that is my overall goal with the crates. So yes, while I am losing silver by doing crates instead of selling the ingots on the marketplace, I am investing in my character's trading skill. because eventually I might need that, and I want all my life skills to be guru eventually, or higher. So there's that. The other thing that I did is I had a whole network here in Glish. I pulled all the CP out of there. I actually had pearls left over, so I bought a ton of Glish storage expansion, and if I need to, I'll buy more with the loyalties and whatever other pearls I have floating around. But I'm turning Glish into my Glish storage anyway, into my alchemy hub. I've started dumping all the alchemy mats that I've accumulated, and a couple other things that just pertain to alchemy. I'm dumping all of that into Glish. I'm still based out of Heidel, but I am trying to separate all of my items based on area. So Glish storage is going to be alchemy. Heidel is my hub, but it's mostly pertaining to cooking and processing. I still have maxed out storage. I still have pretty much everything. So there's some stuff I need to clean up, like Ancient Spirit Dust should not be here. It should be in Velia because Velia is my enhancing hub. I have all my enhancement materials and whatever is gathered there. Eventually, when my workers are level 40, I will tell them to send all of this material to Heidel instead of Glish, and it'll clean some Heidel and Glish instead of Velia. It'll clean some stuff up. Valencia is my trade crate crafting area. Calpheon is kind of just another resource center. A lot of things get sent there. I need to transport this stuff and over to Heidel. I don't use the transport. I pull it out manually and put it back in. Saves me silver. And then I need to do the processing to take care of that. The last thing is I did have my tool crafting in Glish. I'm no longer crafting Grunel armor, so I'm just selling the materials that I get over time for Grunel, because they're byproducts like the black crystals. I don't really need those currently, so I'm selling them on the market. And then my tools that I was using here for the advanced alchemy utensil and advanced cooking utensil, no longer crafting those in Glish. I am now crafting everything in Moodle, because Moodle gives you, yes, it takes a crap load more materials, but these utensils are basically just like Supremes. They have 3,000 durability and -1 cook or alchemy time, depending on which one you do, the respective ones. And the Supremes have 5,000 durability, so they're only 2,000 less, and they don't take blackstone powder. They take fire horns, so that is a little bit of a difference, but that's okay. The other thing is I have a 27 contribution left. I don't know what to do with it yet. I haven't decided if I'm going to reinvest it into the costume nodes that I need for silver embroidered clothes. I had all the cotton and the flax and the wool nodes around Heidel. I may reinvest in those. One of the cotton ones is over here, past tariff. The other one is up here at Lynch Ranch. You get fleece, and then the flax is down here south at the Moretti plantation. I may invest in those three and get some more worker lodging, and then invest in the workshop here in the costume mill. But I don't know if they're selling, so I don't know if I'm going to do that yet. The other thing that I would do is one of these nodes here that I haven't really explored. I unlocked a lot of it because I did a quest over there that I needed to do, but I haven't fully unlocked this place yet. So what I need to do is run around and unlock it, but I heard that you can get crystals off of one of the nodes there, and that's important because you can get life skill crystals out of that. So I may do that because I want an experience set for each life skill, because I plan on pushing really, really hard for Guru everything. So I don't know yet. Maybe I'll invest some here, get a worker going, and see if I can't get one of those crystal sets going for each life skill. Currently my life skills are sitting at this: Gathering 10, Master 10 on Gathering, 25, Guru 25 for Fishing, Master 1 Hunting, Guru 19 Cooking, Master 4 Alchemy, Guru 30 Processing, Master 3 Training, Master 11 Trading, Master 1 farming, skilled 6 sailing, and beginner 8 barter. So I don't know yet. We'll see. But that's kind of my node network rework, and I think I said it before. The other thing that I can do is when I'm done with enhancing, I can pull out the Stars End node, and that'll get me another, probably, I can reduce that all the way back to Gabino Farm, because these 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 nodes, 5 of these nodes, all 6 of the nodes I have just for Stars End. And that's a lot of CP. I think it's like 16 or something. So that'll be a lot more I can pull out. I don't really do anything down here in Kama Silva. Or Sylvia, sorry. And I have a fear of missing out on nodes. Like, I don't know what half of these nodes are used for. And a lot of them are repeats. I guess I could make better use of my contribution points. And I'm still dumping discarded bottles into... or discarded broken bottles into my contribution point pool. I'm 2 away from the soft cap, and then it's going to slow down. But I don't know. For life skills currently, why is that? Oh, that's why it looks weird. Currently for life skills, I'm making most of my life skills silver off of just straight gathering. Incorporating some hunting, but it's mostly focused around getting as much silver out of my passive material generation. So I have most of my nodes are focused around doing trade crates in Valencia and sending them to Nampo. Of course, the cooking and alchemy support that, and then the processing as well. So it's all kind of into one, and the cooking is mostly going to be my Imperial turn-ins. Alchemy is just kind of an afterthought. I want to get it to Guru, so I can say I have Guru Alchemy for the light stones, as well as maybe crafting some drafts in the future, or draughts, maybe. I don't know yet. But I know that life skilling is what makes me happy to play Black Desert. I can't stand the grinding. I tried grinding for like 30 minutes, and I always fall asleep. I just can't do it. I was trying to do the weekly quest for the Monsham Forest potion piece, and I got 1250 in before I said, screw this, I'm done. And that was about 35 minutes. And I was grinding very slow because I didn't want to be there anyway. So I am leaning towards life skills. But I'm also leaning towards life skills because I'm AFK a lot, and I can do a lot of the life skilling while I'm AFK, other than the gathering. Gathering is something that I have to do actively. But the other half of why my BDO content has been lacking recently, or I'm just, besides being busy, I'm not doing anything fun. Pearl Abyss keeps putting in events that incentivize me to sit in an AFK fish, because I'm still getting seasoned coelacanths. I got almost 5,000, and that's going to go for another month. Not quite. It's like July 20-something. And now they've put in these Festa coins that you get from AFK fishing. So, what's the point? I might as well just sit in AFK fish. I need about 400 of these to do all the quests. And then you have 10 to get a Volks enhancement help kit. So, it's very good for enhancing. So, if I just sit in AFK fish or gather when I have energy, I'm making more progress than if I just go grind somewhere. The other thing that I've done, okay, so I spent my pearls, increased my family weight and inventory so that I can dump a lot of my scrolls and crap and clean up my inventory. I bought a shark outfit. Where the hell did I put it? I bought a shark outfit in case I needed to do some underwater stuff. I didn't have one. That was the only really big permanent account upgrade, and I still have a ton of pearls. They did a 2-for-1, so you spend 60, you get another 60 bucks. That's where they all came from. Account permanent upgrades. What else? I bought the permanent horn because it was on sale for like half, or actually less than half. It was like 60-something% off. I bought a premium container because it was cheap. And then glitch storage, and then I have pearls left over. So I ended up with a lot of permanent account upgrades that otherwise I wouldn't have. The family, I'm still considering buying more family inventory space, a couple more of the expansions on those. Maybe the other weight. I bought the 250 weight. I might end up going ahead and buying the 200. I don't know yet. Haven't decided. The other thing that I'm considering buying is a Nader's Band or Parchment or whatever that freaking thing's called that gives you more of these things. These Nader's Parchments that give you more slots, because I would like to have 3 or 4 empty slots instead of 2. But I'm waiting on stuff to go on sale, so I don't buy stuff unless it's on sale. So that's a quick rundown of everything that I've done recently. Well, minus one thing, but we'll get to that here in a second. I am on my way out to Pilgrim's Haven. So we are at Sandgrain, and I head out this way, which this horse doesn't have anything on it, right? And you see drift, shift forward. So sprint is required, a saddle required, instant excel, not really. Maybe I'm just crazy. Maybe it just doesn't use drift. Or no, it doesn't use sprint. Okay, that's where I'm missing it. Let me see if I can remember. I think over here is my spot where I always go up. I have a spot where I go up this hill. And it's not here. Okay, so you leave Sandgrain, and I always forget where the heck this spot is. Yay, Aqua's now level 31. Useless. You can level your horse to level 100. I think right there's the spot I was always going up. Or maybe it is, because there's Sandgrain. Yeah, it's got to be this spot. Maybe not. Now I'm going to look retarded. Which I borderline am half the time anyway. Nope, it's right there. I gotta run right here. Nope, that's not it either. Oh man. I feel dumb. I never can remember this area. I wanted to show this spot off instead of cutting it out like I normally do and just go to where I'm going. There is one spot on this hill where you can run straight up. You don't have to jump or do anything, but I never can remember where it's at. And it's one of the... maybe this is it. If I can go around this. Gotta go around this. So Sandgrain is right over there. And then you gotta run... yeah, it's this spot right here. So you run up here. And then you can just run right up this side. If I can get my fingers and my horse to cooperate. You just run right up there. It's where those little bubbly looking rocks are. And then Pilgrim's Haven is right up here. Except for the fact that I can't see for the sun. Alright, now that I took 3 or 4 minutes longer than it should have to get up here, just because I'm being dumb. So the other thing that I want to mention is I don't carry around tea or water anymore because of having the infinite HP potion. My fairy constantly uses it, and so I don't have to worry about the desert sicknesses. The one benefit of doing that. Before, I would just run around and heal myself. Alright, reason I'm over here. Life skills. I am stockpiling materials to make a ton of cooking and alchemy utensils in Moodle. So, I have one worker here. Is that really just the... That was just the thing. I hate that. I need to turn that setting off where it closes if I take damage. I have one worker. Not a very good one, but it'll do for now. because all I'm doing is crafting tools. To craft these alchemy and cooking tool in Moodle Village, you need polished stone, standardized timber square, iron ingots, and fire horns. They both take the same thing, they just take different amounts. So for the cooking, you need 80 polished stone. For the alchemy, you need 85. For cooking, you need 20 standardized timber squares, and for alchemy tool, you need 15. And then the iron ingots are 20 and 30, and then fire horns are 40 and 30. So, to get polished stone, you have to grind rough stone. To get standardized timber squares, you have to chop logs, and then chop the usable scantling that you get into standardized timber squares. So you need a ton of rough stone and a ton of logs. Iron ingots are self-explanatory. You take iron ore and you heat it. It turns into melted shards. Heat it again, turns into iron ingots. And then with my mastery, most of the time when I'm heating iron ore for crates, I get tons of ingots anyway. So I've just been doing that and then offloading the ingots. Fire horns you get from hunting, tanning, skinning, whatever you want to call it. So I will go to Stonetail and skin the, what are they called? Like the buffalo or ox or whatever those things are called over there around Stonetail. And that's how I get the fire horns. I also have a ton of those from doing the Navarran steppe hunting. But what I am currently up to is I am over here at Pilgrim's Haven. Right here. And this is where I gather my rough stone, because you have these little guys right here. These extra tall.
Don't go astray.
I don't need to be in combat, thank you very much. You can climb on top of these and pretty much infinitely gather. They last like 5 or 6 times longer than a normal node, or 10 times, whatever. And so there's a big pyre here, there's one there, there's a few around that one, and then on the other side, way over here, there's a bunch of them as well. So that's what I'm doing. Gathering Master 10. Mining, I'm at 1460 Mastery. There's the rates for that. And then I have my Gatherer's Uniform. It gives me +1 Gathering and +10 Gathering XP. And just so you can see, I have all 5 Gathering levels, so I reduce my Gathering time by 75%. I have 543 energy. And I have a hedgehog that is tier 4. So, and there's my pet things. Eventually, I will have an artifact set instead of using this one I have on for fishing. I don't have one set up for gathering right now, but eventually I will be using this gathering item drop rate that I have 3 of. I finally got another artifact. And then I will go and spend the silver to get the artifacts that I need, or the light stones to go with that, so I can increase my gathering drop rate. But until I am Guru Gathering, I will end up doing a Gathering XP, which I don't have any artifacts for right now. I need to get lucky and get them. But I will end up getting those, and I will push to Guru Gathering. When I hit Guru Gathering, then I'll switch over to an gathering item drop rate set and use that for my life skill gathering. Now, the other quest, I did not forget about that. I went and did the Green Thumb quest, and now I have the special little mini game that you can toggle on and off up here in the top of your gathering window. You toggle it on and you can proc the special mini game, which we are going to see here pretty quickly, I would assume. But I'm over here for the rough stone. Everything else is just a bonus. And if you manage to proc the mini game, hopefully we'll see that here pretty quick so I don't look stupid. It uses, and this is not, each mini game is different for each gathering skill, minus water scooping and what was it? I forget what it said. Except for water scooping. So water scooping is the only one that it doesn't account for, but all the other ones have their own little mini game. We saw this before with hoe gathering. in Commissovia, but now it's everywhere. And here is the one for mining. Use WASD to move the pickaxe around, hit space. And once you find a vein, you just keep smacking it until a success. And you have a little timer down at the bottom. And then it uses 10 energy, and you get 10 times whatever you were going to get. So I got 43 rough-stone and a bunch of copper. And this, I don't know what the percent chance is for this thing procking, but it's a lifesaver. The mini games are kind of, dumb. They're like little arcade games. They make gathering more interactive, and it makes it more fun for me. Being that I have severe undiagnosed ADHD, that's why I seem like I'm all over the place. Hey, look, I got a Starlight Vein. So when you hit that, pick it up, the Starlight Vein starts popping. Come on. Let me gather it before it goes away. Okay. Starlight Vein. You get a bunch of these. It takes 1 energy. And you get rough lustrous gem. You take them to a jeweler. And they identify the lustrous gem, and it gives you a bunch of more stuff. You can get a bunch of rough stone out of that, and a bunch of manor materials for building the manor, and all kinds of things like that. So that's a cool another little thing for the illustrious for mining. The illustrious gems pop up. Anyway, back to why I seem like I'm all over the place. The ADHD. I've tried going off of stimulants, but it doesn't really work. I can't think straight, and I really am all over the place. So I'm kind of back on coffee. It causes me all kinds of other issues, but hey, look, I found it first try. But at least I can focus better when I'm on some kind of a stimulant. So it's just if I have too much, then I get severe anxiety. So a little bit of vengeance or trivia there. Why do I interrupt myself so much? Because I can't freaking help it. Because ADHD is a thing. Come on. Yeah, found it again. Look at that, 90 rough stone. Cool. So these mini games help you if you don't have a lot of time to gather. Like me, I don't want to. I have 543 energy. I don't want to sit here gathering for 2 hours. I just don't. Some days I have the time to do it, but I don't want to do it. So these little mini games here speed the process up by makes it 10 times faster. Cool, 93 rough stone. And we've been here what? A few minutes, and I've already got 500 rough stone and a bunch of other junk. So this is the only problem with coming out here to Pilgrim's Haven is the weight issue, and I have 3092 weight. However, still with the 125% of feather steps for my fairy, gives me up to under 25%, so I can carry like whatever 3,000 divided by 4 is. That's like what, 750, somewhere around there. A little over 700, almost 800 weight. So I can carry like almost 4,000 weight before I'm encumbered. But with mining, it doesn't take long to hit that at all. Here I went off on a tangent instead of talking about the ADHD that I was talking about. But yeah, I've just, and it's bad because I've been this way all my life, and I've just now realized that I'm not one person. I don't like to go to the doctor, so I think that for the most part, going to the doctors is a waste of money because every time I've always been there, they've told me, it's more of a thing of, well, here's a checkup. Give us $200. Thanks. There's nothing wrong with you. That's just a waste of money. It's like, oh, why go for a yearly checkup to find out that there's nothing wrong? I can tell you. Can you please get on the rock? Whatever. We'll just stand beside it. I can tell if there's something wrong or not without having to have somebody tell me that there's something wrong or not, and I'll keep my money, please. And then most of the time when there has been something wrong, or they find false hopes, like one time it was like, we're doing blood work, and your liver markers are so high that we're going to give you an ultrasound because we only see these liver markers being this high in people that have cancer. Well, turns out, well, we didn't find anything, and now we're giving you another blood test, and your liver markers are fine. Yeah, thanks for wasting my $2,000 on an ultrasound and blood test for nothing. But, you know, it's just stuff like that. So I don't trust our medical system here in the USA. It's all out of whack. It's bad. Uh, they feed us full of bad food and stuff, which is another tangent that I won't get on. But they do it. The corporations do it to suit big pharma, and I'll probably get this video may get get taken down. They do it to farm our health for money. You know, the sicker you are, the more value you have to the pharmaceutical companies. Take a drug. Oh wait, now this drug causes you problems. Take these other 10 drugs to fix that. Or you could just change your diet and you know, not have that problem. To get a little bit what I'm talking about, and this is just background while I gather a little rant here, but when I went to the doctor, and this is when I stopped going, and this has been 5-6 years ago. Let's see. So it's there. We need to go over here. It's about 5-6 years ago. They tried to tell me my blood pressure, which maybe it was, and I have a little bit of white coat syndrome. I don't like being poked and prodded, but they tried to tell me my blood pressure was 190 over 100. Severe hypertension. Okay, sure. Thanks for letting me know. I'm never coming back to you people. But guess what? My blood pressure is normal now because, well, it's still a little high. High blood pressure runs in my family, but normal for me is like 140 over like 85 or 90 or something like that. It's still a little bit high, but all I did was change my diet. 100% change my diet. Thank you. Work out a little bit more, you know, and it's like there's a natural cure on Earth for every ailment. Most of the problems we have with healthcare, and yes, there are some people that have hereditary problems, but most of our health issues are created by consumption, diet, things that these big companies are feeding us because it's cheaper to make something with subpar ingredients. It doesn't matter, you know, like all the soda that everybody drinks everywhere. High fructose corn syrup is used to sweeten everything and half of our foods, and that is one of the worst chemicals you can put in your body. So, but anyway, back to my original thing. I don't trust doctors. So my ADHD is undiagnosed, but if you spend any length amount of time around me, you will you'll pick up real quick that it's definitely there. I bet it's that other one. Nope, it's this one. Mash the space bar until you get the vein cleared up. But I'm one of those ADHD people where stimulants calm me down. It doesn't happen that way for everyone, but that's why I am on and off caffeine a lot. But I also have the gluten problem and a lot of allergens, and I've recently realized that I have so many of my own histamines running through my body. Histamines are the things that fight like allergies. That's why if you're allergic to something, your histamines cause you to have symptoms like runny nose and stuff for seasonal allergies. That's why you take an antihistamine to fight that. Well, I have so many histamines running through me, and I'm allergic to a lot of things because of that. But I mean, it's like so bad that if like a deer tick bites me, it kills it. I am lethal to a lot of these bugs and stuff. If they bite me, they just die. And it's a very rare thing, but that's also why I have so many allergies. So it's a thing. But That's where the gluten allergy comes from. That's where a lot of the other allergies things come from. I think that's where a lot of my like high tolerances for stuff comes from, because I have a very, very high tolerance to like pain medicine and alcohol. I can drink more than most people and not get messed up. And it's just on and on with that list of stuff. Oh, here comes a Starlight Vein. But anyway, all that aside, the caffeine does help the ADHD. I can actually focus and not lose my train of thought. Why are you all the way over here? This place is freaking out. And we need to go back over here. But I can think better and focus more, because with the ADHD that I have, I will either not, I want to do everything all at once and freak out, or I'll hyper focus on something to the point of I won't even eat because I forget to. I'm all over the place. I'm either on one end or the other, all over the place, or hyper focusing on something. That's why let's go over here and do this big vein here. So that's why it's a problem. But I've been struggling with that the last few weeks. I went off of caffeine completely because it was causing me severe anxiety. I think I was overloaded on it too much, and so I kind of dropped it out. And I've been all over the place all the time, night and day. It fixed some of my issues going off, but it caused me a lot of other ones. So I'm going back on it, and we'll see. The worst part about coming off the caffeine, and I'm prone to migraines anyway, is the detox, man. The migraines, they set in pretty bad, so just kind of gotta manage that if you're ever wanting to go off of it. Hey, look, a Festa coin. It's good. We need those. How long have I been recording for? 37 minutes. And see, here we go. I already forgot what I was talking about. Oh, the doctor. Yeah. Why? Look at that. Gathering item drop rate. Holy. I didn't have any of those for the longest time, and now I've got 5 of them. That's crazy. That's pretty cool. I'll use those. I'll make a couple different sets. Very nice. That double hedgehog proc. Anyway, my whole train of thought there was to give you guys a little bit of background for the people that watch me all the time. I try to be pretty open about all of that stuff and just why I am the way that I am. But this thing's a little wonky with the targeting. But I don't like going to the doctor. That's why I'm pretty well self-diagnosed. But for the most part, most people, you can tell what symptoms you have and figure it out. It's not hard. Plus, my wife is a nurse, so it helps a little bit with that. But looking back now, I've noticed now that I've kind of figured out, and wife has helped me kind of figure out what is going on. Looking back, even to like high school, you know, I was always top grade earner in high school. Top handful of kids in my high school class. I was always very, very smart. Picked up things, didn't have to do a lot of studying. But the longer I was in high school, the longer it went on, the worse it got. I got to where, and I don't know if this started developing later on, or if it's just something that I noticed, but sitting in those sterile rooms under fluorescent lights, I couldn't focus, I couldn't concentrate. I got to where I hated school. I would rather just sleep through class, give me the homework, and I'll go deal with stuff myself. And then I got to where I didn't even want to do the homework, and I felt like it was a waste of my time. And it was bad. And then in college, it was the same thing. Like, I was fine for a little while, but the more I tried to sit there and focus, the worse it got. And if I had known back then, and see, I went through all that without being on coffee or anything. Now I'm using coffee to kind of remedy it. It's the most natural stimulant that I can find so far. And I've tried a lot of different things. I don't want to be on pills all the time, so there is that. But if I'd have known that back then, I probably would have done a lot better and went a lot further in the academic field than just getting my degree and getting the heck out of there, because I would have been able to calm myself down. I might have been heavily caffeinated all the time, but, and I have a tendency to not sleep anyway. I don't get tired like normal people do. So it's maybe that's another symptom of the disease or whatever you want to call it, the imbalance. I don't know, but I know I'm not alone in this. Most people, and I will generalize this a little bit, but I know a lot of people that play video games heavily are tend to be that way, because you can hyper focus on one thing and it kind of gives you a little bit of relief. But if you can't hyper focus and you constantly have 500 things going through your head, and I don't mean like normal thoughts like most people, but for me, I don't get normal thoughts. Like, I'll have 15 different genius ideas pop into my head, and then 15 minutes later I'll lose them. Like, I can sit there and write an entire novel in my head, and if I don't go write it down right then, it's gone. But I'll have 5 of those things going on at once, or I'll have an idea of, like, I've been pretty open about us owning a farm and working on the farm. And it's like, okay, I'm going to build this, and then I'll see a whole course of action 6 months out, and it's like, I'll do this, and then I'll do this, and this, and this, and this, and it'll take me through this whole little imaginary, like, otherworldly path in my head all at once in the middle of everything else going on. And it's like, those thoughts are not normal. I know most people are not like that, so it's just being able to hyper focus on games kind of calms me down, and that coupled with the caffeine kind of helps. But not to drone on too long. If you're listening or watching and you have this sounds like you, no, you're not alone. And I'm not an expert. I'm not a medical professional by any means, but I know what works for me. Microdosing with caffeine daily helps. If you're one that stimulants help, it calms me down, allows me to focus on one thing, and not hyper focus, because I can put the game down and go do something else. But being off of caffeine, I was just sitting there staring off into space, and then oh, I want to go do this thing, or I need to do this, and it's like I want to do 15 things at once, and then I end up not getting anything done at all because I can't start something. And look, we've cranked through half of the pickaxe is a little off, but that's okay. We cranked through half of my 500 energy using the new Green Thumb ability. Anyway, if you're wondering, that quest is called Green Thumb. It's down here under suggested, down in the life skill things, and I gotta find it. Life Green Thumb, where you can gather more with additional stamina, and then it's a 7 thing, and it starts over in Moodle Village, Soyol, and then it takes you through, and you have to gather like 600 different things. They send you all over Nampo gathering stuff, and then once you're done, you have the ability to turn the gathering mini games on or off. So that is where it's at. But the big question, why do I talk about all this stuff? Why am I open? Because I told myself at the beginning of the year, actually beginning of last year, and I didn't get very, very far with it because I got distracted doing all of our farm stuff. There was other things that had to be done, so I kind of put my health on the back burner and just got through a lot of it. But I've told myself I am going to do what's best for me, and what's best for me is acknowledging the fact that I am the way that I am. I'm no longer hiding it, and I'm going to do what I need to without feeling guilty or selfish. So I'm going back to as soon as I can get myself sorted to do it, I'm going to go back to weightlifting, being healthy, eating better. Actually, after our house burned, we lost a lot of stuff. So I'm trying to reestablish our gym and get everything going with that. We don't have nearly as much room in this house we're in as we did before. But we're making it work. And I'm a DIY handyman. Yesterday I replaced one of our bathroom faucets because the handle was messed up. So I had to tear into the wet wall and pull the faucet out and redo that. So I did that yesterday. It's 100 degrees outside, so I'm doing the small things inside that I can get done. So I'm working on myself. For anyone that's interested, maybe nobody cares, but that's what I have to talk about today. And since I'm doing one video a week, I'm trying to make it longer, an hour ramble on. But yes, I'm back to eating better. I've started to dabble in a lot of rice cooking. We always used to just cook plain rice, and I would just eat plain. But I got tired of that, so now I can't have wheat, so I can't do pastas, which are my favorite foods, unfortunately. Lasagna, Italian is great. Pizza, love that stuff. And spaghetti. But now I have to basically go with rice-based noodles. And so I might as well just eat rice. And plus rice is pretty healthy anyway, as far as I know. But we bought a wok, whatever you want to call it. And I'm dabbling in trying to figure out how to make the best egg fried rice. Because we have tons of chickens. We have egg overflow. I'm talking 30 dozen eggs extra that our chickens are producing. We're getting 1.5 to 2 dozen a day, even in the 100-degree weather. They're doing fantastic, so I'm incorporating fresh eggs into my diet more than before. And if I can make egg fried rice, it's not too bad for me. And I can pretty much know everything that's going into it. And that's where I'll get my complex healthy carbs from. And then incorporate it with the meats and stuff that we have. And I'm not too happy with some of the choices of these big companies that are creating our food, like lab-grown meat. I saw that news story, and I'm not a fan. I will not. I'll raise my own and slaughter it before I eat that crap. Sorry, but I don't care. It's not happening. What was that blue thing that I just picked up? Come on, let me, Oh, it's a buried chest. Well, cool. That's fine. I got plenty of gold keys. Look at all those fruits and dusts and hards and sharps. Very nice. Did I get a double I did. Well, that's okay, because guess what? I got more keys and more maids. And I get more fruits and more hards and sharps. And the spirit dust is also a big thing. I didn't get any out of that one. I got one out of the previous one, but very nice. Kaffir's stones are something I really, really need. Anyway, if anybody has any, your avid rice cooker has any suggestions, let me know. And maybe in the future, if you want some workout advice, I've been doing it all my life, so since I was like 8, I've been weightlifting on and off for 20-some years. So I have a good idea of what I'm doing. You need any advice or want videos on that, on how my routines or anything like that, leave in the comments. Maybe I'll make a video. We'll see. So here's about 40 minutes of gathering. There's what we ended up with: 3,000 rough stone, and we would burn through a little over 350 energy. So the new gathering thing helps. It's very nice. Let me dump all my other things back on. And we'll get back out of here. I'll go back to sand grain, and then we'll end this off. It's very easy to get back to sand grain. You just go towards this diagonal spot right up here and jump off this cliff. It only hurts the horse a little bit. Oh boy. Well, there's another 3,000 rough stone. That helps. I need about 100,000. So it's not like I'm anywhere near my goal, but it's better than what I had, right? And you guys got to learn a little bit more about my crazy neurotic ways and why I talk about one thing and then instantly switch and forget what the hell I'm talking about. Because I like to go right here. So I'm going to auto route back to Heidel and continue doing life skill stuff, AFK fishing, processing, and when I get energy built back up, since I'm not running a blessing, Kamisilva blessing, I'm not having high energy recovery, so I just let it build back up, and then I'll come do some more rough stone or some lumbering down at Ash Forest. I always go to the right side of Ash Forest for logs. Makes it a little quicker. But I'll keep doing that stuff and building it up. When I get about 100,000 of each, I'll process them down, send it over to Nampo, and then we'll work on get the tools going, and I'll work on cooking and alchemy to burn through the tools I got and clear out the rest of my inventory and my storages and warehouse. That reminds me, one last thing. I still got 36 bill, but I've been selling stuff like crazy. I just haven't collected it because I don't have a value pack running. So 25,000 items, a lot of that coming from black stones that I sold, or black crystals, whatever you want to call them. And I got a bunch more that are going to be dumped on the market as soon as I get a value pack out and run it. But I got a lot of stuff to sell in here that I just straight up don't want. I need to get rid of. The other thing I'm going to need is... I think I'm going to do some... How did I get 87 of those? I'm going to do some tier 9 horse attempts. I got all of this material. I got 3 Kargdala stones. And then if I go to Velia, we've got 600 crons easy. And then I've got 60 of each of these 2% ones. So I can probably eke 2 or 3 tier 9 attempts out. And I'll do that and let you know how it goes. But I appreciate everybody watching. I appreciate all the views, all the new subs. Just a dude recording what I like to do, and the fact that you guys want to watch means the world. I've always been kind of standoffish and outside, and I don't really get along with my peers. You know, people in my peer group. Most of the friends that I've had, they've always wanted more from me than they want to give, so I just basically like, see ya, I'm gonna be by myself. You know, I like to help people, but when it becomes a one-way street, shit's annoying. So, you guys have a good one. I hope your weekend is good. I hope you enjoy the content, and I hope the video finds you well, whatever you're doing. Let me know down below if it's something interesting. I like reading the comments, and I respond when I can. So, take care, as always. Until next time.